G'day viewers, there's been a route announcement for Train Sim World 3, Bremen Oldenburg. Let's take a look. Head into Germany's northwest region using both new and familiar locomotives with Train Sim World 3. Bahnstrecke Bremen Oldenburg arriving as an add-on Tuesday, December the 6th. 7th for the Aussies. Bahnstrecke Bremen Oldenburg marks the first German route addition to Train Sim World 3 following the release of Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel-Wurzburg with the standard and deluxe editions of the game. With this latest route, a distinctly different mode of traction takes local services of the late 2000s between the cities of Bremen and Oldenburg, accompanied by the long-awaited N-Wagen carriage sets and a cab car, allowing for a variety of operations across the busy, vibrant and varied route. And we can see here there's a 425 EMU, there's a 155 electric locomotive in the blue press livery, and there's the 110 electric locomotive. Hauling these trains is a new member of the Train Sim World fleet, the DB-BR 110.3, along with some familiar locomotives in new liveries. The 110.3 is a variant of what was formerly known as the E10 class of locomotives, originally built in 1952, and remains a favourite among rail fans today. During its lifetime, its use switched focus from express passenger trains to localised services, and it is used very much in the latter for its inclusion in Bahnstrecke Bremen Oldenburg. The N-Wagen carriage set that it hauls has long been requested by the Train Sim World community, again being popular with rail fans interested in German rolling stock. Joining the BR 110.3 are two locomotives with an established Train Sim World past. The BR 425 EMU was first introduced on the Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr route, and in reality can be found operating regional services across a large part of Germany. Its inclusion in the Bremen Oldenburg line offers players some familiar contemporary traction with which to get used to the route, and features some minor updates. The unit appears cosmetically as it would new, in a livery specifically for this region of Germany, and includes LZB functionality for use on other routes. Similarly, the BR155 was released as a standalone locomotive add-on for Ruhr-Sieg Nord, and layers onto a number of other German routes. This freight locomotive, built in the late 1970s, comes included with Bremen Oldenburg in distinctive blue press livery, which is new for this release, along with new large Taggeds freight wagons. There's the 110.3, sort of an older, rounded shape. Services. These three engaging locomotives run a variety of services across a busy timetable, with the BR 110.3 running end-to-end services in both push-pull mode, in conjunction with the N-Wagen cab car, as well as some other without the cab car, necessitating running around the train on arrival at its destination. That's kind of new to the game, that'll be good, I actually like that. The BR 155 fulfills the freight diagrams, with some light engine moves also thrown in, and the BR 425 operates services between Bremen and Hood, before branching off from the main route. In total, Gen 9 players can expect 1478 services, that's 1,478 services, with all the prerequisite layers installed, 272 of which are playable. That means there's a whole lot of AI going on and off the route, I guess. Read on to find out how experience might differ between Gen 8 and Gen 9. Here's the 425 on its way to Hood. There'll also be layering across a selection of German Train Sim World compatible routes and locomotives, making things even more varied for those with previously purchased add-ons, including Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel-Wurzburg. This includes Turanda Ramps DB BR 612, Nürnberger Dresden's BR 185 with Zackens and Fullens wagons, DB BR 101 plus MRCE BR 182 from Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr and Hamburg-Lübeck, Dispolok 182, DB BR 363 from Nürnberger Dresden, and the ICE 1. With a large amount of services included on the route, there will be some small differences between what Gen 9 and Gen 8 players will be able to experience. Whilst the majority of layers and additional services are available on both Gen 8 and Gen 9, the following will be exclusively for Gen 9 players. More static stock at Bremen HBF, playable and AI ICE services, AI BR146 Dosto services at Bremen HBF, AI 363 services at Bremen HBF, playable 363 museum runs. There is quite a lot of AI traffic to be seen at Bremen HBF, as well as some rare and unique things to find. Players that liked the Dresden on the Dresden-Chemnitz timetable and the Wurzburg HBF should really like this one. It's a lift bridge with a barge. I wonder if the train tracks go over the lift bridge. That would be cool. Jump time. The route. The myriad of trains operate through scenery typical of northern Germany on a railway line first opened in 1867. At the either end sit the impressive I'm going to start that again, I'm sorry. At either end sit the impressive stations of Bremen Hauptbahnhof and Oldenburg Hauptbahnhof, but between them are features and landmarks to spot along the way. Perhaps the most obvious of these is just east of Oldenburg with the Eisenbahn Kapperbruck, a uniquely animated railway bridge, and the railway's water tower, Bahnwasserturm Oldenburg-Hafen of 1908, located nearby. So the bridge is animated. I like that. The route also brings the first ever customizable landmark to Train Sim World, with a large river barge being included in the livery designer. Make a mark on the landscape by adding a splash of colour and flair to this animated floating feature. Cool. Like Birmingham Cross City before it, Bahnstrecke Bremen Oldenburg comes with all the enhanced lighting and weather features of Train Sim World 3, including dynamic weather and volumetric skies. Livery designer and scenario planner can also make use of the new route and locomotives, as can the training centre, where tutorials will guide you through the features of the DB-BR 110.3 in particular. There's the cab, presumably of the 110.3. There's a couple of oddities in there, but I'll leave you to pick them. I can see it. Something to do with the reverser. Anyway, on we go. So, Bahnstrecke Bremen Oldenburg arrives for Train Sim World 3 on December the 6th, December the 7th for Aussies, on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Epic Game Store and Steam, and will be available for £29.99, $39.99 US or €35.99. It'll probably be $45-50 for Aussies, I guess, something along those lines. Alrighty, and they're going to reveal it on December the 1st at 1700 UTC, which is at a horrible time in the morning for the Aussies, so watch it later. That's okay. If you're wondering about the Gen 8, Gen 9, Gen 8s are Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Gen 9s are PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series XS. The Epic and Steam will do whatever your PC can do. Faster your PC, the faster it plays. There you go. As usual, I read these articles out to improve the accessibility of them and to get the information out to a wider audience. So, if you have anything to say, chuck it in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, click the tinkly things, you get notifications about new stuff. I will be live streaming this as soon as I'm allowed to. Okay, bye.